Hello and welcome along to episode 7 of this FM21 mini-series Saving Spurs with me, Daniel. We're back today for a double header and it may yet be the final episode of the series. Because of course our objective, as well as getting the obvious promotion from the Championship, which is all but wrapped up now, is to get into Europe by winning a domestic trophy. We went out of the League Cup in the semi-final last weekend and now we face Everton in a big game in the FA Cup. If we go out, we failed. And that wouldn't be a first on this channel, would it? So if you're looking forward to finding out if we can get past Everton, if we can start to succeed, please do chuck a thumbs up on it. Subscribe down below for daily FM21 content every weekday from our Builder Nation with Bangor City. And of course, we'll have FM22 announcements and channel updates just around the corner. So keep your eyes peeled for those to stay up to date. But let's have a look at what's been happening very quickly at Tottenham Hotspur. So, since you were last with me for that United game, been a little bit of a mixed bag. We won 4-1 away at Blackpool, Son getting himself a couple of goals there. A 2-0 win at home to Huddersfield, thanks to Kane and Ndombele. 3-0 at home to Derby, all goals in the first half. A 1-1 draw at Swansea, Spurgwine saving us in the 90th minute, before a defeat at my club Luton Town, Kazenga Lualua getting the goal there. Back-to-back 1-0 wins followed against Reading via Højbjerg and Sheffield United via the same scorer. Before a 4-1 win last time out against Preston, an early red card really helping us. Harry Kane rounded it off there. We had left him on the bench ahead of this one because we want to keep him fresh for these two big games. Brentford away, who are third in the Championship. A win all but mathematically seals promotion, even with 10 games to go. And an Everton at home in the FA Cup. Two monstrous ties, two massive important games in this series. Let's get straight into them and see if we can deliver. No transfer news whatsoever to talk about. We didn't get anybody in. There's one pre-agreed deal that we had nothing to do with. In terms of outs, couple of loans and one youngster, Alfie Whiteman, the third choice keeper going to Sheffield United. So not a huge amount of excitement off the pitch, but on it, we just need to get the job done now. Brentford and West Ham fighting it out for second spot. Gianluigi Donnarumma unfortunately has a knock today, so he's going to be missing out on this one. A few players with a heavy match load, but they were mainly games at the start of this 2-week spell, so they should go down to medium for next midweek anyway. We've got Bergwijn in for an injured Lucas Moura on the right. We've got Davinson Sanchez just making his second appearance back from long-term injury at centre-half. Simon Sluga, the former Luton keeper, starts between the sticks. Reguilon and Doherty, the fullbacks. Sanchez and Dyer reunited in the middle, and Ndombele and Højbjerg in centre mid, before Bergwijn, Ali and Son Heung-min play behind Harry Kane up front. He's actually dropping off goal scoring wise now, under 1 a game in the Championship for starts, 25 in 34 overall in the league. But let's see if he can deliver today. We've got good substitutes if we need it. We've got a very good team. But it hasn't meant much most of this year. A few of you guys have talked about me pulling my hair out. I'm certainly doing that. There's also a few little other things off the pitch you wanted me to look at. We'll do that between the two games. But let's get this one out the way and see if we can wrap up promotion. Right, we've told the lads to prove a point against a very strong Brentford side. The likes of Force, Baptiste still there, Raya between the sticks. A very changed squad from the first year though, considering we're only 18 months or so in. We'll see how they pan out today, because Story gets it from the short centre kick. They're playing out nicely here. Norgard comes across halfway and plays right. Here's Lusu. Takes on the fullback Reguilon, beats him, gets it into the box. Oh my words. Oh my words is all I can think to say. 19 seconds. Are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me? Reguilon is supposed to be a superstar Premier League fullback. They breezed past him, not to mention he let the ball over his head. Came straight at the other end. Of course, he can't direct his header on target, can he? I have very rapidly disintegrated in this series. And to be fair, you will say, and I've seen a couple of comments saying, I'm glad you're doing well in the other save, because I don't think we could watch this long term. But seriously, explain it. Seriously, explain it. I don't mind doing badly if I've got bad players or if we're limited technically. This is nothing other than complacency and arrogance. And if you're a side with that quality of players in real life that have finished bottom of the Premier League and it's taken you 26 matches to win a game under 2 different managers, surely when you go down, you look at things and think, maybe we need to start listening because we're making mistakes, the same mistakes over and over again. We are 3-0 down in 18 minutes. I'm utterly speechless. Well, it's a corner kick for Brentford. We've had 25 minutes of respite. They've been nice. They've dropped off for us. given us a chance at least. As Dele brings it away on the counter from a corner. There's 2 in the box. Just dallies into a challenge. I mean, it's pathetic, isn't it? Force brings it away to Norgard. And I tell you what, if we play like this for even 20 minutes against Everton, we'll be out of the FA Cup and we will have failed in this series. I really thought it was an opportunity. And I honestly do now, going back, I really regret not going for a wholesale change in the squad. Because they must be unhappy behind the scenes, even if they're not admitting it publicly. As Bergwijn gets to the byline, into the box, delivers. Kane taps one in from 3 yards. Ethan Pinnock can't get it clear at the back. It's a 30th of the season for Kane. But it's only a consolation at the moment. Brentford score from all of their shots on target. Son Heung-min's had a shocker and Ndombele the same. Reguilon at left back has been absolutely rinsed. We need a big reaction in this second half. But based on what I've seen this season, I don't think we're going to get it. Now we've got a throw-in on the right-hand side with Matt Doherty. Let's look at the other side of this. If we could come back and get something from the game, probably one of the best achievements of this series so far. As the ball's into Dele Alli, his shot's blocked, but he gets it back to Ndombele. Wide to Matt Doherty, who just stands there till he's tackled. Literally stands there with the ball until he's tackled. I do not understand. As Eric Dyer plays it into Højbjerg, we have looked a lot better here. Maybe the kick up the backside has finally worked. As Bergwijn goes back to Matt Doherty, takes on his man. Nearly got his name right as he gets to the byline, into Bergwijn. Shots blocked, cleared away. Better from Tottenham. Yes, we shouldn't be giving teams a 3-goal head start, but at least we're showing some sign of fight here. The wide plays work generally pretty well, so let's bring Davis on for Reguilon, who's been shocking. Let's take Son off and bring on Ryan Sessegnon, who can also be a winger on support. And then in midfield, Ndombele is going to be replaced by Harry Winks, someone who hopefully cares about the club enough to put in a shift. As Ndombele gets it in the holding role, the subs will be made in a moment, but can we get one more back beforehand? As Doherty plays it into Kane. Oh, come on, you're one of the best strikers in world football. Dele Alli nicks it from a poor backwards pass though, goes for the shot which Raya tips wide. It's unconvincing, it's still not fluent, but it's better. It's at least a promising sign. If we can go into the FA Cup tight and play like this second half so far, I think we might be alright. As Højbjerg delivers an outswinging corner from the right. Easy header for Pinnock, but it falls for Sessegnon. He gets it down the left to Winks. Cuts inside to Kane, to Dele Alli. That's a fabulous strike. 3-2, 22 minutes remaining. Goal and an assist for Kane. Dele Alli gets himself on the score sheet. One more, and this doesn't turn into the worst game. As we've got a throw down the left-hand side with Davis, who's finally ended his unhappiness and dropped from January. Of course, we couldn't really sell in January even when we wanted to, because there wasn't a way to get signings in to replace them due to the drop from Daniel Levy. There was then takeover talk and all sorts as well, as Kane gets it wide to Doherty on the right. He cuts inside to Højbjerg, back to Doherty again, there's 4 in the middle. This is an opportunity. Delivers for Bergwijn, blocked to Dele Alli. He's missed an open goal. How has he missed that? Oh my word, David Raya plays out to Pinnock. We've now had enough chances to be winning this game, but we haven't taken them yet, as Norgard gets it down to Lusu, and this is the problem, we can't defend. So if Brentford have an attack, they'll probably score, like they did in the first half. Up to Norgard again, inside to Baptiste. Again, not really quick enough to close down, but the Silver's pass goes awry. It's headed away by Davis to Sessegnon, up to Harry Kane. Beats the sliding challenge. He's got runners off him. Gets to the left byline into Dele Alli. Just overhit. David Raya beats him to it. This, ironically, in the second half, probably been the best performance of the season. As Dyer gets it to Højbjerg. It comes after the worst, which doesn't help. But a game of 2 halves for short. As Doherty's flying down the right. 2 in the middle. Delivers for Dele Alli. We are back on terms from 3-0 down. This second half has been exactly what I've wanted to see for about 6 months. The first half is the worst thing I've ever seen. But let's take the positives, because Brentford's expected goals is less than 1. They've just taken their chances. If we can hold on now, though, this is a positive result. Though Brentford straight up the other end. We just can't defend. Norgard puts his shot wide of the post. But I think we're going to get something from it. And do you know what? After all the way that started, after my first half sulk, that's a positive, because that second half is by far the best performance I've seen from Tottenham Hotspur. Good comeback, we get the players on side, we'll get Donnarumma back for Wednesday in the Cup, and hopefully that will be matched with a win, because that second half is what I want to see. Okay, we are back to face Everton in the FA Cup last 16. It might well be the final game of the series. So beforehand, let me show you the thing that's been asked about the most in the comments, which is the finances. So actually, they've not suffered as much as they could have this year, but the money that we're spending on wages still is basically being lost. So if we have a look at the start of the season, we got to a point where there was 196 million after season ticket sales. We did make a few player sales in the summer, didn't we? If we go and have a look at the history, we spent 11, sold 57. So we did our little bit to help out. However, as the season's gone on, it has just dropped and dropped and dropped. Now down to what? 109 million. No European money. No real coverage TV-wise. Nothing that protects the wage bill. So if Tottenham hadn't have gone up this year, it'd be a disaster. And I'd imagine looking at like a West Ham, the same problems there. Maybe not to quite the same extent. So the good thing is really, because we've taken them up, we know that already. We've got them in a position where they're going to be fine financially. They're still officially rich. They've got a great stadium, which they could have sold, obviously. So no risk of financial threat to Spurs. That side of it's all seemed a little bit too easy. Keeping the players, the bank side of it, you just thought there would be more enforced cuts. You thought there would be more forced sales. But it hasn't happened. And at the moment, it's looking like it's a pretty comfortable result. The one other bit of solace is the League Cup. We went out to United in the semi-final. They then beat Chelsea in the final. So we lost to the eventual winners. Today, though, we've got Everton. Currently, exactly mid-table in the Premier League. 10th place. Ancelotti still in charge. Pickford, the skipper, still a good keeper. Allen, the star man, do a very good job in our midfield. But let's go through the tactical meeting. Let's go and pick our 11. I'd imagine the only change will be between the sticks. We'll be back in a minute to confirm. I've decided to be a little bit ballsy. I've made one other unenforced change. So Donnarumma comes back in for Sluga, we expected that. But I've dropped Son Heung-min. He's been woeful this year. I know he's got 13 goals, but performance-wise he's been poor. He scored a few tap-ins and not really contributed much else. So Dele Alli moves to the left. Lo Celso comes in the middle. Aside from that though, it's the same team that produced that stunning comeback against Brentford. Now can they replicate that second half performance? Because if they do, this team's a match for anyone. The defending of the first 20 minutes, though, has got to stop. Right, comments down below, no cheating. Will this end up being the final game and the final episode of the series? Will it end in failure today? It's a very strong Everton side. They've got all of the stars out. I mean, James, Iwobi, Richarlison front three. Godfrey Allen and Decore behind it's not much worse. The back four, though, maybe a little bit of room for improvement. We can get in down the right side of the defence. Perhaps we can get a little bit of success. And with Dele cutting in from the left, with Lo Celso naturally drifting to his left foot and Kane dropping in as well, we could well cause them some difficulty. Let's get into the first half. We'll try and get on top and dominate the game. But this is going to be a tough one. As early doors, it's Pickford with a goal kick. Left-footed. We know his distribution's good, but that one goes all the way through to Matt Doherty. Plays down the line to Bergwijn. He's got support with him, but is forced to turn back. Cuts it inside to Ndombele. Got a runner over on the right, but switches left to Dele instead. Cuts inside the fullback. Chance to cross from the byline. Brought down for the penalty kick. Montiel fouls him. We take advantage exactly where we said we had to. And now Harry Kane's got the penalty. Again, slots it into the bottom corner. He doesn't miss too many in fairness. And we lead in the FA Cup last 16. Is it quarterfinals incoming? And has this series, thanks to Harry Kane, still got life in it yet? As Reguilon throws down the left towards Lo Celso. Headed away, Iwobi flicks it on, and Richarlison gets there first. It's too easy. 3 players beaten by 1 flick header. Richarlison into the box, skins everyone. Thankfully, Donnarumma's at least switched on. He defends, he makes the save on the goal line. A brilliant bit of work to hold on to it. And now we survive at 1-0 and we're back at the other end, with Bergwijn playing a 1-2 to Doherty. In towards Kane, misses it. Oh, Dele Alli. Massive chance, the commentary says it all. And it's straight at Pickford. Either side is 2-0 and we can almost start to celebrate. But for now, we're on top, we're doing well, and we're showing what the Premier League would probably be like next year. As Ndombele gets it back to Davinson Sanchez. Made a difference since he's come back. Reguilon has picked up a knock though, so we'll take him off. Lovely play from Højbjerg out to Doherty. Can we get that second goal? Back to Bergwijn. To Doherty. To Bergwijn. 2-0. This is more like it. What happened at half-time against Brentford? A switch was flicked. We have been brilliant in the second half of that game. And we have been stunning in the first half of this one. Ben Davies on for the injured Reguilon. And this last, 75 minutes is the best I've seen this Tottenham side play all season. As Lo Celso gets the ball to Højbjerg, through to Harry Kane. Keane with an awful challenge. Good save from Jordan Pickford. Knows exactly where his international teammate wanted to go and manages to keep him at bay. But this is brilliant. I've been waiting all year for it. As Davis throws into Lo Celso. Flick on for Dele Alli. Kane taps in. For the first time in this series, I can finally say I'm really enjoying myself now. Oh, this is lovely. This is what I expected. This is what I was hoping for. With 40 minutes gone, it's 3-0 to Tottenham. But don't forget, this is the position that Brentford were in against us a game ago. It's not over yet as Højbjerg puts the corner into the back post. Kane heads in. It's over now, all right. What a performance. Everton's first team cannot handle us, and so they shouldn't when we're at our best. But we are at our best, and that is the biggest takeout from this episode. What started in disaster, what I think we all thought was the end and possibly a breakdown on the way, has turned into complete and utter jubilation. 4-0 Tottenham Hotspur at half-time. I'm a very happy man now. Well, we're back 12 minutes into the second half. Everton keeping possession just inside our half. Not really going anywhere. We're pressing high. We're keeping a good shape. We have got our frailties defensively. If this Tottenham side does go up, whoever comes in needs a centre-half. Because look at that. Richarlison turns his man like it's not there. But that front six, if Mora comes back in and if it plays at its best, could certainly do some damage in the Premier League again. As James puts the corner in. Back to Decore. Off the line from Matt Doherty. Excellent work from him. And Spurs survive. Still 4-0. It's been a really good performance. I can't complain. It's been the hardest working I've seen us defensively. And although Everton have come up much better in the second half, we're managing to survive the onslaught. So 4-0 is the score. We'll make subs in a moment. But we couldn't be much happier with this in truth. And this is a nice position to be in. Harry Winks will come on for Ndombele. Son comes off the bench for Dele Alli. Hopefully that's the kick up the backside he needs. With 5 minutes to go, it's going to be a very comfortable win. Everton better in the second half, but unable to compete. And in stoppage time, we just want to hang on to the clean sheet as Eric Dyer hoofs it downfield. Harry Kane will chase it and get there first. And what a lovely way to top it off. The Spurs fans can sing cheerio to Alan. He's sent off for his second yellow. And that should just about be that for this game. Eric Dyer takes the free kick. We've played past the allotted 2 minutes now. Bergwijn inside to Højbjerg. Finds Winks. It's got Kane in support. Can we put some gloss on it with a fifth? No, the referee's whistle puts paid to that. A 4-0 win for Spurs against Everton. A fabulous performance in the FA Cup last 16. And I feel like we might be hitting top form. I don't want to speak too soon because it's all come crashing down a lot of times in this series. United have gone out as well. There's some positive signs here. When's the draw for the next round? Is it before our next game? Let's go and have a look. FA Cup quarter-final draw is on Friday. Let's skip ahead to that to finish off the episode to see who we're going to be facing tomorrow. Let's see who we get then. There's some of the big boys left still. Liverpool, Chelsea, Manchester City still in. But there's still Championship Brentford. There's still West Brom. There's still Aston Villa and there's still Newcastle. And if it's not the big three, we have to fancy ourselves. That's the whole point of this series. So let's see who's first out of the hat. Are we going to get some luck? Aston Villa will face Liverpool. There's one of them gone. West Brom will be facing Tottenham Hotspur. It's a winnable game. They're still in the Premier League, but they're bottom this year. Their star player, Lobotka, is, well, good enough to be a squad player for us, but certainly not a star. I feel like we've got an opportunity there. Let's hope City and Chelsea draw each other. Brentford, Chelsea. We didn't get that lucky, but maybe Brentford, Newcastle and Villa, all with home ties, can do us a massive favour. Let's see when the quarter-final game is. I think it's on the 19th, if I remember rightly. It is. So the Wigan game will get cancelled because that's the international break. But still, we will be back for West Brom in the quarter-final of the FA Cup. We should have a little youth intake to look at too. I know it's not going to affect us long term, but they're always nice to look at. If you did enjoy this episode though, finally seeing us out of the depths of despair from the first 20 minutes against Brentford, find our best form of the series with 7 goals in a game and a half. Please do chuck a thumbs up on the video. Let me know in the comments what's caused the form to suddenly just switch like that. Is there anything obvious? Or is it just perhaps that after months of waiting, This team have finally clicked and are starting to respect me. Who knows? Maybe it's wishful thinking and I'll be back in a strop in a few weeks. If you want to find out though, please do subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on. The quarter-final will be in tomorrow's episode at midday before Bangor City returns on Monday with another big week of action in that Builder Nation. There's links to live streams on the Twitch channel in the eye above, and of course you can find a football podcast with regular championship predictions there too. But a massive thank you for watching, your continued support as always, and I'll see you next time for an FA Cup quarter-final. We haven't failed yet.